Hi everybody, I hope you're well. Oh, okay, that's a little bright. Okay, I'm gonna move. I am at Highcroft Manor if you're in Vancouver. It's Granville and 16th. It's this beautiful, wonderful old house that goes back 100 years, and I'm a member here, so I'm just doing some work and thought I would do a live video from here. So September's topic has been manifestation, and I know I haven't done a video in a couple of weeks. It's been a little bit crazy. Mostly because, well, it's been good, but a lot of growth once again when you start doing this work. And also things have been falling into place, which is great after a very, very long time. So I wanted to talk about soul manifestation. And for those of you that follow manifestation, I actually also did a workshop on manifestation a couple of weeks ago. And it's funny because when I teach manifestation, I do kind of do the manifestation 101. So teaching people how to manifest and to set intentions and figure out what you want and like the kind of language you want to use, being in gratitude, all of that stuff. But actually, I don't actively manifest anymore because I'm really focused on manifestation from your subconscious, which means for me, manifestation from your soul. And what I mean by that is that there is a thread in our lives. I think that there are certain things that we have chosen before even we're born, and these are the lessons that we're going to have, and there's certain things that are meant for us. And as an example, if you know my story, I was living in Berlin up until 2 years ago, and I had launched my coaching business and things were going really, really well, but everything just dried up and I couldn't move forward, and I couldn't get clients, I couldn't get other work in Germany. It was just, hi, whoever's watching, I would love to know who it is, thank you for joining. And so my life just could not move forward. And my sister was having a baby, and I had thought, okay, maybe I'll come back for 3 or 6 months, and then I thought maybe 9 months. And but then kind of a job offer in Vancouver came my way. And I thought, okay, well, let's look at this. Let's see what other doors are supposed to be opened for me. And I moved back to Canada. Well, I didn't realize I'd moved back. I'd only come for a few months. And next thing you know, I got another job, which meant that I could integrate back into Canada more easily because I had to relaunch my entire business. So there was that a piece, and then I got this job, and it was quite well paying, which was great because I had accumulated a bit of debt. So I was able to start paying all of that off. And I was there the night that my nephew was born. I saw him within 24 hours of his birth. I got to witness my parents meeting their first grandchild, which is such a profound moment for my family. And it's been really fun actually to be here and see my nephew grow up. So just to say that all of these kind of random things, of course they're not random, I don't think anything ever is, but also to say that our soul has a path. So when we're trying to manifest something, it's interesting, I've also been doing Michael Singer's The Surrender, a surrender experiment, like online class. And he talks about how we're always so focused on getting what we want or manifesting or making sure that we don't manifest what we don't want, but we never just are. And when we're in that place of just being, there is this whisper, this path, like there's this whisper, like our intuition is always telling us, it's always subtle and it's showing us the path. And I think it's really about being quiet in our minds and just following the path. And if you follow the work of Abraham Hicks, who are, of course, is big for manifestation, they're saying you don't need to know the path. All you have to do is be in your own vibration and be in your own alignment, and the path is created as you go forward because it's actually already there. And I think that's so beautiful because we are so hyperactive in our creation. We are so focused on how it needs to be, and sometimes we're trying to be very specific, and people will say, well, you're manifesting, make sure you say within this time I will have this. And I think sure, that's really important when you're first starting, but it actually does you less and less service the more you go on this path, because it's not relevant anymore. It's really about letting go and surrendering and then quieting down and being able to just follow the path that's showing itself for you. And this is why I talk about the soul manifestation, because the point of our lives is soul growth. And we do that by connecting to our emotions and eventually kind of stepping back from our emotions and seeing where they are leading us. Like, how do we follow it? How do we be in flow? How do we experience our emotions? Which is so much, that's the point of life, right? And we want to learn how to engage with our emotions without kind of getting caught up in it. And it's important to engage because when we resist, then that creates more challenges, because the whole point is to be able to live in flow and release. And my theme for November is going to be about surrender. So stay tuned for that. My theme for, November. I'm just trying to think. Yes, because the theme for October is going to be on expansion. So, and they're all linked because it's important. Like it's really about how we're creating with our energy, how we're paying attention to our soul path. What I really wanted to emphasize today is to really follow that subtle voice, that subtle path that's coming for you, because this is your soul path. And when you're on this on the path of active manifestation, it can often get lost. It's like we're trying so hard to override what's actually being presented in front of us because we don't like it. And it's important to remember that there is higher self, that there is higher purpose. If we can be of highest service rather than say just making the money, then we're paying more attention. We're in this expansive state where we can pay more attention to these subtle places instead of really working on all this detail that's so important to us. So it's really about letting go of a lot of things and being in this expansive state and trusting what's being put forward and having faith that the path is there for us and we just need to follow it. So I really work deeply with the emotional side of manifesting and on the surrender and the being and paying attention to this quiet, path. I'm not sure what the word is yet, but like this quiet voice that's just showing like this is the next step to take. And that's how we also play with the universe, because it's a two-way conversation. For example, you can ask for a sign and it will manifest. You have to decide, it's up to you to discern, is this on your path or not? But you have to discern, is this a service to me? Because very often you want a sign and it shows up, but the real point of the sign is to have you question, is this really what I want? Which is again a play that you're going to have the more and more you work with life or the universe. But everything is in service of your path, and it's like learning how to listen to these subtle nudges that are helping you to navigate life so it's like the active manifestation is not just I want, but okay, look what's happening around you. This is the path that I'm following, and very gently following it. So that is soul growth and soul path, and I think that is so important when we're trying to create what we want in our lives, because we don't want to be muscling it or using our willpower. A lot of things have been decided by our souls, and it's really about connecting to them and following the way. So I hope that helps. I'd love to know if it does. Stay tuned for more videos. And there's a Miracle Monday coming up on Monday, October 4th. That will be on expansion and abundance. I'll be doing videos on that closer to the time. And lots of juicy stuff. Stay tuned, and thank you for watching.